Unlisted videos, insider drops. The only way in is through my private SMS list.
It's a brand new news day here at the Next News Network, and what I'm about to show you is going to blow your mind wide open. If you recall, we reported on President Trump's concept video for his presidential library. We reported on about last week. Now, the library is about to go up in Miami, but eagle-eyed patriots spotted something hidden in plain sight that the mainstream media is desperately trying to ignore. The American flag flying in that video does not have 50 stars. It has 56. That's right, 6 additional stars representing 6 new states that don't even exist yet. And when you see which territories those stars might represent, you'll understand exactly why the globalists are losing their mind right now. Now, is this just artistic license, or is President Trump showing us America's manifest destiny? And think about what this means for you and your family. See, we're not talking about some abstract policy debate. We're talking about the literal expansion of American freedom, American prosperity, and American protection to millions of people who are begging to join us. Your children could grow up in a nation that stretches from the Arctic Circle to the Caribbean. Your tax dollars that currently go to defending ungrateful nations like Canada could instead be reinvested right here at home because those territories would be contributing their fair share. The strategic implications are massive. With Greenland, we control the Arctic. With Cuba, we secure the Caribbean. With Canadian provinces joining willingly, we unite the entire North American continent under one constitutional republic. Not a North American Union that we've feared for so long, but an expanded United States of America. The globalists, they've spent decades trying to diminish American power. And President Trump is literally redrawing the map to ensure American dominance for the next century. Now, this is not foreign policy. This is about securing your grandchildren's future in a nation that leads the world. And speaking of securing your future, I do need to tell you something that the elites do not want you to understand about what's happening with your money right now. You see, Wall Street doesn't lose money during market sell-offs. You do. They create the panic, wait for everyday Americans to dump their positions out of fear, and then they scoop it all up at a massive discount. Think about it. The big banks aren't selling their gold, they're buying yours. And every single time the headlines scream about economic uncertainty, regular people sell in a panic. And every single time regular people sell, the institutions are standing right there with open hands, ready to take your wealth. You built portfolio insurance for a reason. Don't let a red day hand it over to the very people who caused the chaos in the first place. That's exactly why I tell people to check out Noble Gold Investments at nextnewsgold.com. They're offering a free 10th ounce American Gold Eagle just for opening a qualifying account. While the globalists play their games, you can protect what you've earned with real physical gold that they cannot manipulate. Now let's get back to the story that proves President Trump is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Now this is what makes the story even more incredible. It's not just speculation or wishful thinking. President Trump has been laying the groundwork for American expansion right in plain sight. He's publicly offered Canada to become the 51st state. He's told Prime Minister Carney that Canada exists because of America. Massive crowds in Alberta are literally signing petitions to leave Canada right now. And wait until you hear what Fidel Castro's own grandson said on CNN about making a deal with Trump. See, the pieces are all falling into place, and the establishment, there's nothing they can do to stop it. Now here, this is the video that we presented to you about a week or so ago when it was first presented by Eric Trump. The Presidential Library of Donald J. Trump, a magnificent and beautiful structure. And I mean, like, it has hallmarks of like that grand entrance. It almost reminds me of what we see in New York with the Trump Tower there. And of course, the Air Force One, reminiscent of how Ronald Reagan has in Ronald Reagan's presidential library. There's an Air Force One that he flew. But it's that flag right there that is on the side of the building that has everybody paying very close attention. Now, normally these things just kind of fly under the radar, but there's no coincidences in Washington, D.C. There's always a story behind the story. And where it is, you're going to see it. I'm going to show you a picture of it in a moment. But there it is. Look, there it is. Now, people paused it, and they saw it, and they said, there's 56 stars. A liberal tears reflecting pool. Now, that's not necessarily going to be there. I think someone added that, but it would make perfect sense. I think that would be the most epic troll if President Trump had his own reflecting pool. But the flag is raising questions about statehood and seems artificial intelligence has plenty to say about it, but let's dive into what captured. This is the image here. The flag in Trump's AI video of his presidential library has 56 stars. Now, some people are trying to discredit this by saying, oh, well, it was AI that made the video, and therefore AI didn't get it right. Well, prove it. I mean, literally prove it. I mean, President Trump, he is the master of the deal, the art of the deal. He's also the master of the art of the troll. Eric Trump was specifically the mastermind behind the architectural design of this building, and they don't just release something this significant and have just overlook that there's 56 stars. I don't buy it. The mystery of the extra stars grows deeper as speculation runs wild with prominent countries on the list. Questions abound about America's international future. Trump's library plan shows a rendition with showing 56 stars in the American flag. Which countries are people asking now? Venezuela, Greenland, Cuba, the UK? No, I don't think we need to have any part of them. They can just go off and do their own thing. Mexico, Canada, will they all be brought under our union? Now, President Trump's not shy about calling out Canada's reliance on the U.S. See, he's been telegraphing this for quite some time. It's really not a secret. I mean, you guys all remember when he was trolling Canada about becoming the 51st state. Well, and then, of course, Greenland, and, of course, what's happening in Cuba. Here, check out, this is what President Trump said at the World Economic Forum.
We're building a golden dome that's going to, just by its very nature, going to be defending Canada. Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful also, but they're not. I watched your prime minister yesterday. He wasn't so grateful. But they should be grateful to us. Canada lives with the United States. Remember that, Mark, the next time you make your statements.
Right there, the Golden Dome. We've reported on it here. You know exactly what it is. Canada is ultimately going to be a beneficiary of that Golden Dome. Fresh off of challenging Canada's gratitude, Trump's bold suggestion to make Canada a state adds new twist. Canada called me a couple weeks ago. They want to be part of it. Listen.
Golden Dome missile defense shield. It'll be the most sophisticated in the world. You watched it do well until they had some problems at the end with a little bit of a lack of ammunition, defensive ammunition, but they've got that taken care of. But I tell you, it's what we're doing is so good, and we deserve it. You know, we help other countries with it. We don't have it ourselves. And Canada called me a couple of weeks ago. They want to be part of it. To which I said, well, why don't you just join our country? You become 51, become the 51st state, and you get it for free. So I don't know if that made a big impact, but it does make a lot of sense. It actually makes, because they're having a hard time up there in Canada now. Because
see, these are real conversations that he's having with the Canadians. Alberta's potential break from Canada adds complexity to Trump's proposition with secession efforts currently underway. Huge crowds in Alberta line up to sign a petition to leave Canada. The Conservative province may hold a secession vote. Look at this.
Edmonton is showing up. Just goes on and on.
Independence from Canada petition. 2 hours long to sign a petition.
You think you're going to hate? You think I hate?
Yeah, you're not going to see this on CNN. You're not going to see this on MSNBC. Not even Fox News. This is happening right now. Think about that. So Alberta considering joining the U.S. Unexpected allies emerge even from Cuba. Voices with ties to Castro express intriguing support. Castro's bloodline is done. Fidel Castro's own grandson cracked open a beer on CNN and flipped the script. I'm a capitalist. If it were up to me, I'd cut a deal with Trump right now. Remember this?
We actually would welcome, he says, speaking for himself, a deal with Donald Trump. I don't like his threats, is what he told me. But if he opens up the island, if he improves the economy here, then it could all work out for the best. And so let's just listen to this conversation.
Fidel Castro's own bloodline. With whispers of capitalism in communist Cuba, let's rewind to Trump's bold words on Cuba at the dawn of the millennium. Look at this. This is 1991. 1999, Fox News resurfaces young Donald Trump's epic take on Cuba and Fidel Castro. Listen to this.
You are going to win. And I'm going to be down here and I'm going to watch you win. I don't know what capacity I'll be. I'll either be the greatest developer in the country or the greatest president that you've had in a long time. I'm not sure.
He said that in 99. I'll be the greatest president. Unbelievable. He is the greatest president.
I do know that if I could meet Castro right now, something I'd prefer not have to do, but if I could meet Castro right now, I'd have personally 2 words for him. Adios, amigo.
Adios, amigo.
Adios, amigo. Or Cuba.
That was in 1999. Talk about foreshadowing to where we are today. Trump made waves with those remarks about Cuban relations. Now, he hints at his popularity south of the border. Might Venezuela someday see a President Trump? I was in the press briefing room when the president joked about this. I was right there when President Trump said this.
And we, just so you understand, the people of Venezuela, they say if I ran for president of Venezuela, I'm polling higher than anybody has ever polled in Venezuela. So after I'm finished with this, I can go to Venezuela. I will quickly learn Spanish. It won't take too long. I'm good at language. And I will go to Venezuela. I'm going to run for president. But we're very happy with the president-elect that we have right now, the people that are running it. If you remember Bush.
I mean, think about what he just said there. Of course, I think he's joking, but you never really can put anything past this man. Trump's drawing attention with his potential bid on Venezuela, but it's his future library plans that merit more immediate focus with the stunning design set for Miami. Here's Fox News' Peter Doocy in the Oval talking about the presidential library in Miami.
Your son Eric posted a photo of what will be the Trump Presidential Library. Yeah. It's a huge skyscraper.
In Miami.
Is that all a library? What else is going in?
No, well, it's a library. It's a museum or a library. It's a presidential, but I wouldn't start it till I'm out of office. I don't believe in building libraries or museums. It's really like the Barack Hussein Obama one in Chicago. In not a good location, and it's a very unattractive building that's seriously late and seriously over budget. I think you're going to see a great one here, and it'll go up on time, on budget, best location in Miami. They say it's the best block in Miami, and the state worked with us.
Will people live in the floors?
No, it's going to be most likely a hotel. You know, this concept could be office, but it's most likely going to be a hotel with a beautiful building underneath and a 747 Air Force One in the lobby, which is going to be a trick.
So I was curious about what would actually go up in that building, and now it makes sense. I mean, with all the Trump properties that he has, most of them are condos and hotels, and now he's just clarified that it will be hotel use as well as museum use with the 747 Air Force One in the lobby. And here's what's interesting. This actually just dropped. The Obama Presidential Library in Chicago, which is really a massive concrete turd, in Chicago, Illinois, is giving Illinois residents free admission on certain days. But in order to gain free admission, Illinois residents must prove that they're actually residents by showing a valid photo ID. You can't make this stuff up, right? We've been talking about the SAVE Act here, trying to get that over the finish line, and Democrats keep saying that, you know, showing ID is racist. But now here we have Barack Obama allowing free admission to his library on certain days, but you have to show a photo ID. Make it make sense, folks. Please, make it make sense. We never will. So people are asking questions. Red Panda Koala. Here is the list where people are going back to that flag. Canada, the 51st state. Greenland, the 52nd state. The Gulf of America, 53. Venezuela, I don't know how you can make the Gulf of America a state, but anyway, Venezuela, Iran, of course, Israel, right, the capital of the United States. Greenland's potential statehood adds another chapter to America's expansion. Now, President Trump posted this. Look at this. This was a post on Truth Social. Greenland, U.S. territory established 2026. President Trump planting a flag with Rubio and Vance on the soil in Greenland. Think about that for a second. A quote from John Quincy Adams, too. The whole continent of North America appears to me destined by divine providence to be people by one nation. John Quincy Adams writing that. So think about what this all means. I mean, like I said at the beginning, there are no coincidences in Washington, D.C. And this is the truth that the globalist establishment does not want you to see. For decades, they've been working to shrink American influence, to make us just another nation among many, to surrender our sovereignty to international bodies that actually hate us. President Trump doing the exact opposite. He's not just maintaining American power, he's expanding it. And those 56 stars are not a fantasy. They are a vision, a projection, a vision of America that controls the Western Hemisphere, that protects freedom from the Arctic to the tropics. It welcomes people who want to be Americans into the greatest nation ever conceived. Castro's grandson wants capitalism. Alberta wants out of socialist Canada. Greenland is ready. This is manifest destiny for the 21st century, and President Trump is the only leader bold enough to make it happen. So what you've seen today, it proves one undeniable fact, that President Trump thinks bigger than anyone in Washington has in over a century. While career politicians worry about the next election cycle, he's planning for the next 100 years. Those 56 stars, they represent freedom, prosperity, and American values, spreading across this hemisphere. The question isn't whether it's possible, the question is whether we have the courage to support the vision. So I'm going to ask you directly, do you support President Trump's vision to expand America to 56 states? Drop a yes or no in the comments right now. I want to see where you stand. And since you made it to the end of the video, congratulations. This is a special message just for you. Text raw feed to 844-840-4963. That's how you and I maintain a direct connection. When YouTube fails to send you notifications, when the algorithm buries us underneath a bunch of corporate BS, you will have a direct connection with me, directly to your phone. And make sure you share this video because the mainstream media will never cover what we just showed you. Smash the subscribe button, hit the bell so you never miss another report, and don't forget to check out the Next News merch shelf below this video and show the world where you stand. I'm Gary Franchi. Stay informed and stay free.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now. You know out.